What's up guys, Mr. Bazy here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the cosmetics of Halo and the armor choices that we've been given recently and kind of what I'd like to see moving forward in the Halo series. So let's first jump back to Halo 4, not a very big leap backwards guys, but Halo 4, I gotta say I was very dissatisfied with the way that the armor was, and based on the general consensus among my friends and some of the people that I talked to, a lot of people just didn't really like the way the Halo 4 armor looked over other solutions like Halo 3 or Halo Reach. Now, I gotta say, moving from Halo 3, or going from, Halo 3, I was very happy with the armor in there. It wasn't really one of my biggest concerns, but moving from Halo 3 to Halo Reach, I was very impressed because I liked the design of the Reach armor. I liked pretty much everything about Reach in terms of the cosmetics. They had a lot of great choices. All of the choices, generally looked a bit different than the others, something that I can't really say for Halo 4 with, like shoulder pieces or, leg pieces or the forearms. A lot of them looked very similar, and that's something that I didn't like, that there were so many choices, but so many of them looked the same, or at least extremely similar, like I said. So when I look back to Reach, there were a lot of other choices. There were some very bold choices, some choices that made you look like an absolute tank, where other ones were a bit more agile, like, kind of making making your Halo character look a bit more robotic and agile, sort of like some sort of rogue or someone who's very agile, something like that. But I think that Halo Reach did a really good job at capturing the way you wanted your character to be portrayed. Either you wanted to be the most beastly guy, look like you would be able to take a tank around to the chest, or look like, even though of course again the traits don't actually affect the gameplay, but could make your character maybe look a little bit more agile, maybe look like a free runner or someone who was just quicker than the others, like a slimmer, sleeker physique kind of thing. And I thought that was really cool. They really captured that whole mindset and that whole desire to be what you wanted to be, the kind of character. And you could have a large mixture of things. You could have like half of your character be beastly, the other half be like kind of scrawny and things like that. With Cat's arm is one of the things that people used a lot in the game. So those are the things that I'm talking about. Halo Reach did a great job at capturing that. Not that Halo 3 didn't, but Halo 3 was more of just like, here's your Spartan armor, there's a few sets, and this is what you have to choose from, and generally everybody was happy with that. But coming from Halo Reach into Halo 4, I just expected a little bit more. I don't necessarily think they captured that same feeling. So the first part of it is they didn't really, in my opinion, didn't really capture the same feeling of, okay, you're going to be this character, you're going to be that character. You couldn't really design your character the way you wanted it to look. Generally, every single one had the same physique, just kind of different designs, and the designs themselves, except for a few exotic exceptions, were generally very similar to each other. So even stuff like the helmets, which really annoyed me that the helmets were so similar across the board, again with just a few exotic exceptions. So moving on to Halo 5, and from what I've personally seen in the Halo 5 Guardians beta, I know that they really weren't focusing on their cosmetics in terms of the actual players, because we saw like clay characters and not even rendered, fully rendered in characters running across the battlefield. So it's very clear that they weren't focusing on the cosmetics or how the characters looked, but more so how the game looked, how the game ran, making sure the connection was okay, because a lot of people were complaining about the way the connection was in Halo 2 Anniversary, and they thought the beta wasn't going to run very well. So those are the things that I'm talking about. But when it comes to the cosmetics, what I've seen in Halo 5 Guardians, I'm not impressed. It seems like they recycled a lot of stuff from Halo 4, and again, this is the beta, so I'm not even, kind of judging Halo 5 for this at all. But the design and the way that the armor looks is the main thing I'm actually going after here. Is the way the armor looks very similar to the way Halo 5 was, Halo 4. And hopefully they're able to kind of create a little bit better variation between the armor sets, kind of bring back that feeling of creating the kind of character you want to be. Do you want to be a monster, or do you want to be someone who's a bit more agile, scrawny even, or maybe even introduce a new armor set that's maybe a bit more minimalistic, that doesn't really have any overly flashy attributes, but just kind of looks cool. You know what I mean? It's just a very minimalistic, sleek design, maybe all black or something that, or I guess it doesn't have to be all black because you can change your color, but, just a very sleek design, something that It doesn't have very bold attributes like really sharp shoulders or something like that. So that would be really cool to add another yet another armor set. And have a few exotic ones, have a few old school ones, and just kind of mix it up a little bit more and kind of bring back that feeling of being who you want to be, or creating the kind of character you feel like being at maybe the given time, or just how you feel like you want to play the game. Because a lot of people back in Halo Reach, they created their character as tiny as possible for like hitboxes and everything. I'm not even sure that really worked. But even I did it just in case, you know what I mean? But in general, I kind of enjoyed having a scrawnier looking character. It just kind of looked cooler. It looked like you were, again, much more agile, despite the fact that that didn't really influence the game at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you don't really care about the cosmetics, which again, I do admit it's a very, small point to the game, and it doesn't really influence how the game plays, but it's just a nice little touch that they could add on top of it. And me personally, I would like to see it kind of go, not really in a backwards direction, but more kind of updated and not so similar. That's probably the biggest thing for me, is not so similar. Add some new things, maybe some new armor types or some new manufacturers, and kind of mix it up a little bit. Make it kind of like Halo Reach was with that. Bring back that whole feeling is my point. Not really make the armor look like Halo Reach, but bring the feeling back. So again, let me know in the comments whether you agree with this, whether you disagree with this, or if you have some, just some more complicated feelings that you want to talk about, or maybe elaborate. Maybe you have some ideas of armor sets that you've been thinking of that you would like to see in Halo 5 Guardians, or just in future Halo games. So with that being said, guys, rate the video what you think it deserved. If you'd like to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. This has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.